that was worth living for. Number 1.
Ice cream.
Number 2.
Water fights.
Water fights. Number 3.
Staying up past your bedtime and being allowed to watch TV.
Number 4.
The color yellow.
Color yellow. Number 5.
Things with stripes.
Things with stripes that are great. Number 6.
Roller coasters.
Number 7.
People falling over.
People falling over. That's funny, right? All things that at the age of 7 I thought were absolutely brilliant, but not necessarily things that my mother would have agreed with. Now, the list began on November 9th, 1982. I was 7 years old. I was waiting outside of my school gates to be picked up from school. It was late, it was cold, and I stood there and every other student had left. And suddenly, my father pulled up to pick me up. Now this was unusual because usually my mother picked me up, and usually my mother was on time, and usually I had to sit in the back because I'm a 7-year-old and I tend to make things pretty sticky. But this time, it was my dad. Now I am going to ask you, kind gentlemen, if you don't mind, do you mind playing my dad? I asked you earlier, so you have no choice. So you're going to follow me. I'm not going to touch you because I have a bit of a cold. We're going to go up. So you're going to play dad. Just follow me. We're going to these creepy stairs right here. All right. And you are going to, you can go first. If you fall, I'll catch you. Wonderful. All right. Now, you are going to play dad in this particular scene. So you're in a car. So sit where you would be in a car if you were driving a car. Okay. Perfect. So as I said, usually my mom would pick me up, but this time it was Dad. And he opened the passenger side door. I stood there and I looked at him. Now there's a moment when something really bad happens, when your body realizes what's happening before your brain has a chance to process it, right? It's a reaction. It's a reaction to deal with stress. It is something where all of the stress hormones in your body, adrenaline or cortisol, they're completely released into your bloodstream. You feel like a trap door has been opened underneath your feet. And you see either fight or flight, or it is stand completely still and do nothing. I stood completely still. And I looked at my dad. Finally, I got into the car. Dad had been listening to the radio. He had the windows down and he had been smoking. Now, what's really going to happen here, okay, now look, is you are going to play me as a 7-year-old, okay? And I'm going to play the dad. So we're going to get up and switch. Does that make sense, right? Yeah? Okay, good. Stand up. Flip. All right. Sit there. All right, so now I am the dad, and you are me as a 7-year-old boy. All right, you just picked me up from school. And no matter what I say, I want you to say one word. Why? I can give you the mic, too. Why? Good test. You're really good. You're good at this. You are a father, right? Okay. So, ready? Put on your seatbelt.
Why?
Because driving can be dangerous.
Why?
Well, because drivers don't always pay attention to the roads.
Why?
Because as a grown-up, there are a lot of things to do. You've got to make money, there are bills to pay, there are relationships to sustain, there's family, friends, and there's just not enough time in the day to do it all.
Why?
Because there are only 24 hours in the day.
Why?
Because that's how long it takes for the earth to rotate.
Why?
I don't know.
Why
Because I just don't know.
Why?
Because it's impossible to know everything.
Why?
Well, if I knew everything, well, that would make life unlivable.
Why?
knew everything, that there would be no mystery, no discovery, no creativity, no collaboration. There would be no discovery. And we would never be able to use our imagination because we would know everything. And it is our imagination that makes life worth living. Why? Well, because in order to live in the present, we have to imagine a future that is better than the past. Why? Because that's what hope is. And without hope, we could not go on. Why? Would you please just put on your seatbelt? Why? Because we are going to the hospital. Why? Because that's where your mother is. Why? Because she hurt herself. Why? Because she is sad. Why? I don't know. Why? I just don't. Why? Please just put on your seatbelt. Why? Because we are going to the hospital to see your mother. Why? Because she tried to kill herself. Why? Because she couldn't see anything in the world worth living for. Now that's how I'd like to remember the conversation going, okay? But actually what Dad said was something like this. I want you to say it.
Your mom's done something really stupid.
I had no idea what that meant. All right. So, thank you, Dad. I'll let you go down. Yeah, and so I really had no idea what that meant. So when we got to the hospital, I immediately went in and my mom saw me. And she said, no, not him. So I went to the waiting room and I found this really nice old couple. They were great, really cute. And I sat with them and they bought me a piece of chocolate out of the vending machine. Now, I'm not sure exactly where the idea for the list came from, but it was here in the waiting room with the old people that I decided to start writing it down. Number 1.
Ice cream. Ice cream!
Oh, yes. Number 2.
Water fights.
Number 3.
Staying up past your bedtime and being allowed to watch TV.
Number 4.
Color yellow.
Number 5.
Things with stripes.
Number 6.
Roller coasters.
And number 7.
People falling over.
Yes. Number 8. Chocolate from the old people. And number 9. Really nice old people who are kind and who do not smell unusual. I like them. Now, Dad was with Mom for hours, and so I sat there. But when he finally came out, I got up, and I followed him down the hospital corridors. I followed him into the parking garage. I walked all the way to the car park, and then ultimately we drove home, got in the car, went down all the way home into the driveway, up the stairs, and I followed him up the stairs to his study. But he closed the door before I could actually get in. So I went downstairs and I made myself a BLT, except minus the lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, because I don't like condiments. I guess it was really a BLT. But I sat down in front of the TV, and I started writing. I just started writing everything that I could possibly think of. But it occurred to me that while writing, that anything on this list should not be presented in any particular order. For example, it would be impossible to say that, for example, Snoopy was intrinsically more important than spaghetti and meatballs, right? So, I started writing. Number 23.
Snoopy!
Yeah, Snoopy. Number 24.
Spaghetti and meatball.
Oh, I love spaghetti and meatballs. Number 25.
Wearing a cape.
Number 26.
Being in the ocean and nobody knows.
Right? We all love being in the ocean. So it was there. And And I must have stayed up for hours, working on this list. And I fell asleep watching TV. I woke up the next morning. Dad must have picked me up and taken me up to my bed. And so I woke up the next morning thinking about the list. And it wasn't for 2 weeks that my mom finally came home from the hospital. And when she did, the list was 8 pages long and had 314 things on it. All right? So I took the list. I put a title on it that said, Every Brilliant Thing. And I snuck it under her pillow. Now, if I'm being honest, Mom never formally acknowledged the list. But I know that she read it because she corrected my spelling.